Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm finally going through how I take care of my hair extensions, and by that I mean all of it, like literally all of it, from how I dye them to how I wash them, the carry method, which I like to call it myself, how I mix my semi-dye hair mask, to what products I use after washing them, the styling tools I use, and a little info on the new hair extensions I now use from Bellamy's new launch coming this September. But first thing I do every time I get new hair extensions is to custom cut them. I have a video on my YouTube channel how I do that, and I will link it down below. You will obviously not use as much hair dye if you cut them first, i.e. you will save money, and we all love that. And right now you are witnessing a process I've done on my channel now like 4 times before, and it's the hair dyeing process. And today I'm using the Garnier Olia 6.60 because a lot of you couldn't find the Schwarzkopf one that I normally use, but this is pretty much the same shade, and I think you can find it literally everywhere. I just let this one sit for less time, but I will get into that later. And as you saw earlier, these clip-ins are honestly the best, lightest ones I've ever had because they are sealed with a glue at the top where the clips are. They won't shed like crazy either, and I'm just so glad that you guys will be able to purchase them now in September from Bellamy's website. And also, I hate to push my code in you guys' faces, but if you want to save some money when buying something from Bellamy's website, then use my code FLUKEOFMAKEUP for money off. I then just set the time for 10 to 15 minutes. I would say that 10 is more accurate since I had to use a method later on that I like to call the carry method, but we will get to that later. So when I rinse them out, I always rinse them out thoroughly with only water at first, and then I go in with my favorite shampoo at the moment, the Redken Color Extend Magnetics, and I just gently massage the shampoo in. Never ever rub the shampoo in. I also want to give out a huge thanks to lookfantastic.com for sponsoring me with all of my fave hair care products for today's video. They got all my favorite hair care products on their website, and with the code FLUKEOFMAKEUP, you will give up to 20% off of their entire website. I know, it's so good. Okay, so now over to the carry method that I was talking about. I'm sure that this method isn't unfamiliar to hairdressers or people overall, but I do this if my hair extensions would in fact become too dark. I simply fill up the sink with warm water and I just put my hair extensions in there. I then wait for 10 minutes and then I rinse them with water. Red hair specifically is really easy to strip, and when the hair has been in the sink for a couple of minutes, the water will become this super nice deep red color, like blood. And that is why I call it the carry method. Your hair will become lighter and you can leave the red water in the sink and scare your partner or your family or your roommate to death. That way everyone wins.
What the hell?
So for my hair mask, I mix a nourishing semi-dye from Revlon in the shade 600 with the MINU hair mask from Davine's, and I also mix in some of the, I think it's 𝐄𝐗𝐓𝐄𝐍𝐓 Nutri Mask Intense all together in a bowl or a jar, and I just simply apply it to the hair extensions. Always make sure that the hair extensions are in fact towel dry and not wet, because that way they'll absorb the red semi-dye a lot better, and they will also be a lot more nourished since water has a tendency to dilute products. And also, I know I always mention this, but always use gloves unless you love red hands, because this stuff really stains. I then just put them in a plastic bag and let them be for about an hour up to literally the next day if you're doing it the night before. I always say the longer the better because, you know, it's basically only nourishing for the hair, so. I then just rinse them with lukewarm water until I feel like all of the hair mask is rinsed out, because the tricky thing with red hair is that you will never really get that, you know, that clear water, because they always bleed. It doesn't matter if you rinse them with cold water, they will literally always bleed, so you can't really tell when they're totally clean. But just like feel with your hands and you should be all good. All of this is totally normal. I usually rinse every weft for about 2 minutes. Okay, time to style them, and for this I will use a simple hair dryer, nothing fancy, a huge round brush, the Color Wow Dream Coat, and some of the 𝐄𝐗𝐓𝐄𝐍𝐒 Original Elixir as my hair oil. In most cases, I would advise against blow-drying hair extensions, but since the Dream Coat from Color Wow that I'm about to use today is activated by heat, you will have to blow-dry them. So make sure that they're towel-dried and then go ham with the Color Wow Dream Coat. It's also super important that you comb through them with a comb so that each and every strand is covered with this stuff, and then you just blow dry it with the help of the round brush. I first heard about this product from celebrity hairstylist Chris Appleton. I didn't talk to him personally, but I saw it online, and he does Kim K's hair, J-Lo's hair, and Katy Perry's hair, among others, and this stuff has just truly changed my hair. I mean, you guys really need to get on this. The science behind it is too complicated, but there's literally nothing quite like this on the market right now, except for this. Once the hair is totally blow dried, I put in some of the 𝐄𝐗𝐓𝐄𝐍𝐒 Original Elixir in it, and you seriously only need half a pump for the smaller wefts and 1 full pump for the bigger ones, because this stuff is so powerful, I guess, or potent. And I also focus mainly on the ends. I then go in with one of my new favorite tools, and it is the steam pod from L'Oreal. Now, this will basically not damage your hair or your hair extensions at all, just because it will make your hair flat by using steam while it retains the hair's natural moisture level. I know it all sounds so complicated, but just read about it online. It's so fascinating. So you just pour in water into the little steam pod that is connected to the iron, so to speak, and then you are good to go. It is, however, quite pricey, but I'm never ever going back to a normal flat iron unless I'm traveling, because it is quite bulky, to be honest. But I mean, you also get 1 year warranty on it if anything would happen. So I mean, that's also awesome because it is so pricey. I really appreciate that. So now I'm just going to quickly show you what I use to create my waves that I usually rock in my videos, but before that I'm going to attach all of the wefts to my head or hair. I guess hair. I figured this video would be too long if I include all of that, since I've done it twice, I think, on my channel previously. So I will just speed up this process and link those videos down below. I then start out with a tool I bring with me when I travel, and it is the 2-in-1 flat iron and curling iron from Bellamy. I actually had one of those from another brand that broke 4 months ago, but I always brought it with me when I traveled, and I finally got a new one on the Bellamy yacht trip now, so thank you to Bellamy for that. I feel like this is so good though to bring when you're traveling, because it will both flat iron your hair and it will also curl it, so you don't have to bring both a flat iron and a curling iron. So I use that one a lot, actually. And the other curling iron that has been my ride or die for years now is the Sarah Wand 19 to 32 millimeter, I think, curling iron, and this is literally my all-time favorite curling iron. The curls will stay in forever, they will look super shiny, and it's just the barrel or the curling iron itself, it's super lightweight, so I really recommend this one. I then just brush out all of my curls with any type of brush, really, even my fingers, and I just add a little bit more of the 𝐄𝐗𝐓𝐄𝐍𝐒 Original Elixir oil, and then I am done. Now guys, I know it's a lot, but hair extensions require a lot of time, patience, love, and care. And I have just such huge respect to all of you hairstylists out there, because I know how much work it is to make hair look amazing. So yeah, kudos. And yeah, that is basically it. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in part 2. Bye.